don't want any of that crazy lane domination coming out from Double and Core.
And the Caitlyn ban is a little bit interesting to me because it has not really been prioritized whatsoever. You know, and even when it's up, it's not getting picked. But perhaps just worried about that blue side, you know, not for the first pick, but in that first round, grabbing Caitlyn Morgana or something along those lines. And Cloud9 likely going back to the Xayah pick as they did last time.
Yeah, just start another one.
Here.
Yeah, you said you were putting a crib together.
There's no answer for Cloud9 back on the other side. If Team Liquid spend their last ban on the Sylas and Cloud9 opt to still let through the Akali, what is going to be their new answer?
Because the game is over.
This champion
It's
does
back
not
up,
have hard
I think.
counters in the lane.
Yeah,
you can't have these tethers you see her, you know, during the Shroud, but none of them has the oppressive lane phase you're looking for.
Yeah, you know, if it went to top, you know, Kled can actually be a great answer, but they're trying to set up with the Xayah once more. Interested to see if TL will go back to the prior draft where they actually took the Rakan and the Kai'Sa. That was their answer last time around.
There you go.
So, same as last time, they're going to be grabbing this up. And this is very similar to what we went through last time, with the exception of that mid lane answer that you have called out.
And it's signaling a very similar game plan here for both teams. I think we can expect a similar pace here with Alistar now locked in for Cloud9 as well. Big change though, of course, the Aatrox in Licorice's hands here. See what they can do with it. There have been so many games for Cloud9, even down in gold, where he's able to find a flank for them and win the team fights.
And no Gragas, right? You know, letting that Gragas go through the first round completely.
I mean, remember, when we saw this setup before, with the Akali, with the Kai'Sa, with the Rakan, the first time that we got to see the Alistar played by Zeyzal, it was Cloud9 that won that game. It was Cloud9 who was able to navigate this draft and find the ways to deal with these picks to shut down that Akali that Jensen can pop off with. So I want to see, now that the Sylas is removed,
Holy shit,
how else do
IE.
you manage to contain it? What else Cloud9 will deny
He uses that graze for 300. Holy shit.
See, you know, if they're willing to go
Ow,
to something
you might win though.
like Leo, focus really heavily on the
The
roam,
hell is that
trying
IE,
to
dude?
get
Level
only one fight, or push, avoid the matchup, get out of there, and join up with your jungler and try to affect these side lanes where you have the Alistar who can set up for some of these four-man plays on
Oh,
bot side.
Vayne.
That's been something that C9 has been great with.
Similarly for Cloud9, they're whittling down on the frontline possibilities for Team Liquid. They know they want to attack Xmithie's champion pool here, not only taking out these junglers, but taking out the possibilities of things that can withstand that Alistar engage, that can withstand the Bash Bros type of style where Aatrox plus Alistar plus whatever they put Svenskeren on will charge through and try and force those fights.
And I'm really glad that they banned out the Sejuani. You say whatever they put Svenskeren on, well, Svenskeren was scary on Sejuani, the games he played it. He won't be on it here in the 5th game, but we could see the first J4 pick.
Yeah, first time this has actually come up whatsoever in this series, and a lot of jungle attention, you know, in the bans here. We could see something along the lines of potentially an Olaf. You know, that is kind of where we're at here for Team Liquid. If you want to go early game, you can look to Lee Sin, which we have seen him play a lot in the past. Don't think we're getting Ivern, but
Probably not.
always is a slight possibility.
No.
Okay.
Xin Zhao.
This is actually the first time that we have seen Xmithie play this all season. So, you know, being pushed pretty heavily on that champion pool, but wants to be able to match the power of this J4. And they're going Shen. I actually love this as an answer. Dive buddies with both the Rakan, you know, as well as that Akali.
Exactly, because Team Liquid up until their 5th pick had indexed very lightly on defense. And that would be one of the weaknesses for them because they always rely on that. Now Impact from the top side. Shen, extremely strong matchup, I think now. Does have a lot more answers after the recent buffs.
Yeah, Shen actually quite a strong matchup, as you're saying, into Aatrox, and it does also force Cloud9's hand in that you need some AP. You can't go into a Shen with a full physical comp and expect to win. So we are going to get that Vladimir, you know, very heavily kind of geared towards the late game team fight. Vladimir is not that early 2v2 mid champion that we normally see Cloud9 go with. So this is a bit of a role reversal, and I think that Cloud9 is going to be more on the defensive in the early stages, where Team Liquid is going to have opportunities to make plays.
Especially since, you know, one of the things
Take a
about
look.
Shen, people really underestimate the offensive
She can get
potential
some
of this
rock
champion.
man.
They're so used to,
I
you know, just
can't.
full tank, old Shen, you know, only
Those are in
coming
the
in with
pick 'em round.
defense. But taunts are easy to set up if you're against a melee champion, so they might have to chase that Aatrox around the map
come
to
he's not
look
a
for
voice?
that matchup
He is in voice.
and get a swap.
Is he?
Yeah, this would actually be really nice for Cloud9.
What's up? You're real quiet. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
When your team is going to be dealing physical she'll be feeling pretty good about that. Shen certainly
me out.
can
What the
be
fuck?
fine into Vladimir early. Once Vladimir has a lot of CDR and levels, the matchup really can start to swing in that Vladimir's favor.
And
No, you
Team
bitch.
Liquid have been the ones a little bit more stubborn to
Give me
choose
that fucking
instant
Camille, you
slots,
dick.
right? We rarely see Impact go
Give it to
for
me.
the mid lane. We think that he will
Son of
probably
a
stay
bitch.
up on top with the Shen, and it should be Cloud9 getting the matchup they want.
And in this game, I'm looking at the summoner spells and the runes as we're loading in. When we saw Vlad in this series previously, he was not running Phase Rush. This time around, he is, and that makes him
2
a
GPs,
massive
a
team.
Graves with a rapid fire and Tristana. Looks like Gunslinger for Rotman. Chicken with Saber. Mordekaiser, Elise, Varus, and Evelyn. His usual DD comp.
This Shen, I think that Phase Rush is a lot.
Told you, I'm trying to master it.
One of the problems is you're going to be pushing up, and in the early levels, your cooldowns are so long, so you can just get ran down by a Shen,
Ow.
as well as this early pressure that
Mordekaiser, level 2 with the Dragon's Fang.
Phase Rush
Looks
gives you an
tanky.
opportunity to try to proc that, and maybe get out of dodge.
Liquid and Cloud9, they've been battling back and forth for the past 4 hours or so for the title of
Wild
Best in
Banana
North
Bread.
America, and it all comes down to one final game. Jensen back on the Akali, sneaking on the Xayah with Zeyzal's Alistar that's done so much work so far here for Cloud9.
And something I've got to immediately point to, anytime you get into a pro game, and it is Ocean first, you're going to see people spamming the Ocean spawning in the chat. And this is going to be a fight for this because, we talked about TL, perhaps their early pressure that they are going to have. If you can establish dominance on that bottom side, get an early 6 on Shen, you can try to take this Ocean and it can be smooth sailing for the rest of the lane phase.
Especially when a champion like Shen has sort of been out of the meta for a while and you're not accustomed to playing against it, having to play around that entirely different element like the Stand United can really mess with your mental and your plans that you would otherwise have.
Plus, if you crack the junglers, some ganks up to the top side early on for Xmithie go a super long way. Because if Shen just holds on to the Stand United, it changes the jungle dynamic entirely. Xin Zhao is incredibly threatening when holding that cooldown. So if they don't have to use it to create a play, then it actually provides a lot of latent power.
Impact is trying to play the brushes here on the top side early on. Even though Vlad's not a super scary early laner, it's still ranged versus melee. Don't want to take any free damage. Yeah, passing through the mid lane here, trying to stay out of vision, make sure he stays away from those minions.
I mean, really, the most important thing is not actually getting hit by the empowered transfusion. You do have that charged up. It can be pretty devastating, but these early trades, can go okay for Shen. But there you are seeing the utilization of the Phase Rush, right? That would have normally been a couple more quick autos with the Keyblade pull through. Instead, you get that move speed, you actually can't keep up.
Using your timing to try and get your grass procs off is also incredibly important here. Jensen now going to be able to gain momentum in mid lane, pushing up the minion wave. But it's just hard farming so far from the junglers.
Licorice taking some damage there from Impact. He managed to get on top of him here early on in this laning phase. Throw a couple of auto attacks against the Vampire.
And you can see the wave is actually pushing away from the Vladimir. So there is potential for jungle attention up on that top side. But for now, it is actually Xmithie heading towards mid lane, because Niski is very low under that turret. There is potential for a dive if they wanted to commit, but he's actually just running straight down to bot to grab that scuttle.
I'm trying to lose the
Hover
fucking...
behind Jensen in case there's a possibility of
Lost
Sven
to
Scarin
Krugs.
there. That would be so risky for Cloud9 to go for it. Xmithie should have control over both scuttles. Topside pings come out for a possible Sven Scarin move on top.
I mean, you're talking about shadowing your mid laner in case the enemy jungler's there. That's how the Liquid won the early game in game number 1. I would expect Cloud9 to not commit the mistakes here in the 5th game. Learn from those mistakes. Sven Scarin now taking that top side scuttler as Xmithie finishes up there on the bottom. He'll move into the enemy jungle, or move back into his own jungle, I should say, and pick up a rapid.
So no possible double scuttle for them there, but both junglers move from pretty early levels. It feels like it is just kind of a full camp here for Xmithie, who is very healthy on the map. But clearly Cloud9 does not actually know where the jungler is. You see a lot of kind of question mark things around the brush on the bottom side. Sneaky and Zeyzal aren't sure, if Xmithie is laying in wait around there, because they haven't had eyes on him actually for so long.
And when the previous games in this series have exploded around the bottom lane early on with both junglers trying to get involved and just having the 2v2s and 3v3s all over the place, you can understand that sort of paranoia of, wait, we haven't seen him in long enough. Where is he? Where is he?
Well, you can see it in the way they're playing these lanes right now. The only one pushed up is Licorice, who not only has the most vision of any of their lanes, but also has the pool, has the phase rush. And bottom lane's trying to push out. In order to do that, they have to call the jungler.
Ward though, Xmithie can come.
Oh, nice chain CC coming out from the side of Cloud9, but Xmithie makes his way into the fight. Sneaky's gonna be knocked up into the air. A lot of damage coming down. Flash forward. Double looking to find the kill. And first blood for TL.
C9 step too far, and Sneaky waits to flash there, going down to double it, following. Heal flash is blown by both.
And it was all about that ward right there in the brush, spotting Svenskeren, walking through for the lane gank. Cloud9 clearly did not actually track where that vision had been set. And now Xmithie can just chase him into the jungle, and this may give them priority perhaps around that Ocean Dragon.
I mean, the initial play was fine. It's the overchase from Cloud9 after Core JJ escapes there that opens him up to the Xmithie charge right over the wall.
Now mid lane 2v2, Nisqy going into the World Ender. Xmithie with a flash away from the chains, being very respectful. He knows if those pull him back, he's dead.
Yeah, and Jensen's not 6, so that was pretty over-aggressive there from Xmithie, going forward. If the Akali's 6, great, maybe you can just take the 2v2 with the early chunk on Nisqy, but in this case, he hits 6 now and he's going in 1v2.
Svenskeren taken low, taken down. Jensen showing what he can do.
Junglers beware! Akali level 6 will get that kill. Impact actually stand united, but there's a teleport from Licorice to answer, so they call that play off. That's another cooldown though.
That is actually huge for TL. Now you have TP advantage. You send the Shen back up to the top side, you draw up one of those members, and then you set up for the
Kill the
Ocean
goddamn
Dragon,
Evelyn.
because neither
Oh
of
my
the
God.
solo laners have teleport on Cloud9, and you have double TPs here for TL, so Shen can just run straight top and they can look to force that.
It's one of the most dangerous timings in the game. Level 4 junglers trying to help out level 6 mid laners. Let's take another look at the initiation onto Core JJ there.
Spin
And initially,
to
this play is
win.
fine. They get Core JJ low. After the heal though, you back off. You can't chase him any further. And they go
Oh, wow.
through the wall. Deep
Ah.
available for Cloud9, so Xmithie gets the charge over the wall. Damage has already been done, allowing double
What
flash for the
items
kill. And
do I
here, that's what I'm
have?
talking about. Level 4 junglers are just food for the level 6 assassin here. Jensen goes in, finishes it off,
There
knows
goes
he's got
that.
enough there on the Akali. Now Nisqy might pay the price.
Wait a second, we are not done. Flash for flash there between solo laners. Impact trying to make the taunt flash happen, but Nisqy gets himself away.
Yeah, that was a great flash from Nisqy. As soon as he starts the taunt animation, you have to respect the flash that he can flash on you. You cannot react once it's already happened, so he trades the flashes there. But, during all these replays, you can see Impact actually used his teleport. So, I'm assuming he did TP back up to that top lane, and as a result, now don't just have that dominance around the dragon, and this all-important early game Ocean is still up for grabs.
Svenskeren barely getting away from the third hit of Xmithie with Hail of Blade Zins out. As soon as he jumps on you, you have to EQ away, otherwise you're getting knocked up.
Yeah, red buff as well as the level 6 advantage here for Xmithie means that there is no recourse for Cloud9. This is a Team Liquid Ocean Drake, the dream of solo laners everywhere.
Svenskeren looks at it, he decides, nope, it's in his best interest to walk away. Team Liquid with an Ocean and a 1,500 gold lead.
And that feels especially good for the Shen, because we're approaching the point of the game where Vladimir is just constantly throwing out harassment, and it's very difficult for Shen to deal with, but now being able to back up and that extra regeneration goes a long way.
Yeah, especially in combination with the team. Right? You walk through the wave, you hang over the flatness, you clear out the wave, and then you step back and you just let that Ocean Dragon work its sweet, sweet magic right back to full.
Plus, I like the fact that building the Tiamat isn't just an index into Vlad while the rest of the team takes advantage of your itemization type of pick, like a Spectre's Cal or something similar like this.
Titanic Hydra is actually one of the most important things for a Shen, because it allows you later in the game to instantly shove waves. Some people will go the Bambi Cinder into trying to get Sunfire, but it's a lot slower. And the Titanic Hydra, I just feel like is always such a better option for especially pro play.
Yeah, I really agree. You want to be playing to threaten towers, to be threatening side lanes with the Shen, so that you can utilize Stand United, they TP. Then you have TP advantage. Now they're going mid lane here for Nisqy.
Nisqy in danger as Xmithie shows up. Nisqy gets himself away, but that is going to be ult and ult used by both mid lanes.
Give me my fucking IE back.
Very confident on this Akali. Able to exert a lot of pressure here mid. With Hexfinger, this might feel fine. Waiting out the extra cooldown here, but again, Liquid, full control of both rivers. They get to make any rotation they want.
Exactly. There's no forward vision whatsoever for Cloud9, so they have to be so scared about where these ganks will be coming from. They are the ones threatening this bottom side. Yes, they cannot pull up the dive as they see the junglers there, but wow, Svenskeren just went in.
Svenskeren, he's in some danger. Stand United's also going to be coming in, and he's trapped in the Jarvan Cataclysm. GoreJJ looks to make it more, but he won't get anyone.
That's a dream scenario for Team Liquid. They're itching to use that Stand United, so Impact's able to get an extra member on bottom side, and Team Liquid get the kill. Probably going to be paid for by Licorice grabbing some turret plates here for him. Let's see how many he can mine.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to make the call, swap bot top, go for the rift, try to push in and take that from the Vlad, leave the Shen on the bottom side, which I do like. Licorice will get some plates here, but surprised to see Svenskeren, go forward at all on that. They had full vision that this was happening, and this is a fight you opted into.
And again,
Leo.
14 Liquid. Get as
Nope.
much money on double lift as possible. Guess what? 2 kills for the Kai'Sa right now. 97
Guess who's
CS
back
to
with
his
the
name,
brand
and if
new
they're
red?
able to feed the Rift Herald too, that will go in.
GoreJJ trying to go on to Licorice here, but once Svenskeren shows up, Jensen's not able to close that distance and help him out. Cloud9 walks its members away, but Team Liquid takes control over the top side.
Stopping that base was actually really important. There's no one on the bottom side to be answering this Shen right now. So, Impact is going to get his free time. So not only did they get the
Rich,
kill,
bro.
he is now kind of evening it up by denying
them
some of these minions
or
and taking the
the
plate
five
of
stack.
his own here from
Yep.
Cloud9.
Yeah, Licorice still alive, but it's too late. The plate has
Jesus,
been
save gold
taken.
winning.
Teleported, not
Yeah, it is.
available for Impact, nor the Stand United. So it's actually a advantage on the top side of the map for Cloud9 because Nisqy does have his own teleport, and it could
goes.
be the reverse of the table for
Bro.
Impact. They don't want the game to enter a lull state while the cooldowns are in their favor. They need
Your
to
IE
make
this
a
thing.
move while they have that possibility of turning the numbers in their favor.
Yeah, we'll see if they try to use this kind of window of time to force around the rift, because TL didn't actually end up getting an opportunity to take that down, and that is still available here 12 minutes into the game. If
Yeah,
they
about
take
30
the
points.
opportunity to cash in on those couple plays and really kind of extend this gold lead, and we can see TL already over 2,000 gold ahead with the Ocean there. It's such a comfortable spot right now.
And the only reason they're not starting up that Rift Herald for Team Liquid is because of the teleport discrepancy. There's incredibly long cooldown on Stand United, so they're waiting for the teleport on Impact to come back up before they start out the objective.
And that window is almost
Yeah, I
like
think I
Impact
fucked
just
up.
about has that TP. Jensen just reset and got Gunblade. I think this is a pretty good timing here as Impact goes back to base to try to potentially look to set up around one of those objectives. I think they have the power.
What the fuck is this?
It is 6:54 now, heading down to the bottom to grab this red buff, and we'll see where they go from there.
Still another
I have one level 2, man.
United is up. Level 1 Shenos is a 300-second
You need a front line, bro. You need like a Shen or something in there.
I have one level 2 all the way over here.
Yeah, I actually
Go
really like that.
Gunslinger.
GoreJJ walks melee range to threaten a point-blank ultimate for the immediate charm, so Licorice has to pre-ult to
Oh,
disable
Yeah,
the
but you
dive.
can't really go full gunslingers. You need to put something in front of them.
I tried that build last night.
Probably all shit.
It was the only game I've ever lost every fucking round in a row.
We'll see if either side decides to prioritize
It takes 12
that.
rounds to get to
Smithy
those.
walking his way down the river. He walks up.
Teleport expended by Cloud9 too. Impact teleports to the bottom half of the map. Pings on double lift. Cloud9 had vision of double lift in that Rift Herald pit. He just cleared out a ward. Now he's heading down there. They could answer with Licorice's teleport of their own. 2,000 health on the Mountain Drake though. It's falling quickly.
Team Liquid has control over this one. Svenskeren walks up, but he will not walk close enough. And that is Drake number 2.
Where's your
for
gas,
Team
bro?
L. Top side Licorice will continue trying to get plates,
No,
considering
I'm gonna.
they're losing out on neutral objective. But
let's
Impact, or
see where
Jensen,
you're
I should
going
say, is now up here to stop.
I don't know, maybe. I've got 3 things going right now. I'm collecting Blade Masters, Imperials, and Nobles. I'm gonna lose.
Answer that wave, and then have the Stand United come down to a potential fight. Instead, it would cost them
Ouch.
but they are now
They only
starting
have one Imperial.
Shell in here.
I have 1 Imperial out, but I have there's also right there, but I won't get him.
This would be great, and you can see Jensen trying
What's
to
up?
potential flank if C9 were to commit.
And that's yet another objective that Cloud9 has to yield build over without a fight. Team Liquid is continuing to build not just gold advantages, but advantages in terms of momentum. They got more turret plates early on. They're getting the neutral objectives. The early game has been pretty solidly won by TM.
And Team Liquid need to use this Rift Herald to take down some of the defenses for Cloud9. They cannot wait for the Vladimir Aatrox team fight combination to bring together with some extra items for that AoE.
Left with nothing.
You know, there's no telling how many things can go wrong.
You are first.
Champions can annihilate your back.
You ain't first, you're last.
Knows the dangers of a fed Vladimir. Level 11 now for Licorice. He is one of Cloud9's hope. Even though he doesn't have any kills, none to their side of the map. He has been farming efficiently, and he got several of the turret plates himself.
Remember back in the summer finals, not in the summer finals, excuse me, the spring finals earlier on this year when they had to do their reverse sweep against TSM, Broken Blade on a Vladimir did cause some problems for the side of Team Liquid. They know how to play around this champion.
Oh, what is that
So
team?
we'll see how
Holy
they're able to
shit.
deal with Licorice, who is still on 0-0-0 on this champion. But remember what we talked about earlier too, the phase rush. The team fighting power is only magnified that much more. Yes, you don't have the same gold that you might with Klepto or something similar, but the phase rush will make him so much more of a threat as we move forward. Checking in on the items, it's one big item completed over on the
Oh, it's mine.
Doublelift. Working on the Rage Blade now, has that Mana Moon stacking towards the Muramon.
And I've got my eyes actually on the extra longsword here for Impact. And I'm very curious where he's going to go with his additional longsword. You know, it is pretty atypical in pro to see multiple damage items. You know, in the LPL at times we do see things like the Triforce Shed, but certainly not common. Could just be executioners into tank.
Scarin gets himself away from Team Liquid over the wall. They could have maybe set something up. Jensen's going to be pulled back by the chain, but Nisqy can't find the opportunity to do much more with Xmithie nearby. Rift Herald has about half the timer left.
All right, setting up for it very nicely here. Control Wards, you can see creeping in. The Team Liquid Vision Fresh on red quadrant of Cloud9's jungle is taking its toll. The threat drone there. No information from Cloud9. Constantly back all the way up. That tower is down. Team Liquid moving forward here into the C9 territory.
Yeah, it's really all TL.
What? What?
Scary plays for T9, so not able to actually go up and
I
respond.
lost.
And you can see Rift Herald can still be used here. They're going for
Oh, look at the damage!
3 HP, where
CoreJJ made it happen.
And this could actually be mid lane turret as well. Now Rift Herald gets dropped. They can even threaten to dive from behind. And Doublelift is hitting them with the taunt.
It's a game of 5, and you get a
I got 0 HP from my pirate, 0 gold from my pirate thing. What?
Got fish bones.
Rift Herald used as well.
Get the fish
They don't have
bones
to
and you don't
abandon
get
this
nothing.
Rift Herald either. Shelly gets another
What does that
charge
mean?
off. That is going to be
Fish bone.
significant damage.
If you get the fish that comes out of the chest, you don't get nothing.
Yeah, you look in the bottom side, it's going to be a free tower for Shen.
They're trying to find some more, but instead they go a little bit deep.
What does the fish
Stop
give
watch
you?
keeps Xmithie alive. Zeyzal
Nothing.
looking to get himself
It's
away,
like-
double it behind enemy lines,
It's like
with the rampage.
it's an indicator that you got trolled.
As Finn Scarin won't find anyone on the back end, and Team Liquid is 5-0.
Yeah, Doubles now heading up to the top side. No answer there. Cloud9 are kind of just getting run across the map. Minions are dying in both top and bot to their towers. Cloud9 falling very far behind in the gold. They're down almost 5k. They are going to try to commit to chasing down Doublelift and Xmithie, who may have overstayed their welcome here.
Xmithie has the ultimate, but that's the only disengaged tool here for the Xin Zhao. Doublelift trying to get himself away. Doesn't have a whole lot to work with. Remember, used the flash to get the kill earlier when they dove deep. CoreJJ showing up trying to help, instead having to dash away to Xmithie, keeping himself
Jensen,
alive.
he has ult and flash.
Jensen and Impact coming around from the side. Sneaky has the ult. You've got to be ready for that one. Impact's going to get that out of him, but now they're looking to go even further. Jensen after Sneaky, and they
Oh my god.
He's looking to defend
Fucking
himself,
heck.
but Team Liquid is too damn strong. They'll put a stake through Licorice's heart, and he'll only take CoreJJ.
Cloud9 took down the Taunter in Doublelift, but it just tilts the whole team. Team
I died to
Liquid
fucking
goes
Hex
through,
Tech.
They clean up the rest of them, and they are
I don't.
running
You
away
beat the shit out of me. I'm not really sure
with
how.
You gotta watch the execution in this fight. You know, this was an overstay from Doublelift. So they
I had 6 gunslingers, man. I was popping off at 3 HP.
But the critical
I have
thing here
3
is-
nobles, 3 blade masters, 2 knights, 2 imperials, and 1
Now
ninja.
watch how he waits on the
It's a lot of bonuses
They
active.
send in another member to force the
I was
ult
popping
out
off at
on
3
the taunt.
HP.
Then he takes the shuriken flip in. following the flash even for Sneaky, and with Sneaky going down, there's never going to be enough damage for Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Sneaky, you have no choice there, right?
Beautifully executed.
Team Liquid have too many cards to play. Flash, burn as well is going to be another cooldown they want back, but Team Liquid have the 4th championship in their eyes now. Cloud9 came so close, but it is quickly slipping away.
This is looking like one of the most one-sided games of the entire series, if not the most. 20 minutes in, 6,000 gold ahead as the bottom lane turret falls, and that will complete the outer ring.
TL certainly in full control. Not taking a look at Cloud9 and their ways to potentially come back in this, and that's where I have my eyes on Zayzal. He had incredible engages previously, but they're just diving.
Talking about incredible engages, Niski's out of there, and Doublelift gets the kill credit once more. 5 strong now on this Kai'Sa, and the push is coming around towards the mid lane. Except no, they can go right for the inhib turret.
Yeah, Sneaky is still pushing up on top side, so Cloud9 are just sacrificing an inhibitor 20 minutes into the game without even Baron there.
Now Xmithie comes over the wall. He'll disengage some of them with the ultimate. He's still going to be taken very low. More damage coming out now. Jensen looking to grab the kills. He'll take down Svenskeren. Zayzal walks away, keeping himself alive with the Alistar ultimate. Licorice going to buy some time with an ulti of his own. Bottom side, the inhib critically still stands.
In this game, it's just firing across the side of the map here. Bottom was destroyed. Team Liquid came from behind the entire base of Cloud9, pick up an extra kill, and it starts to get a little sloppy.
Alright, I'm out of here for a little bit. I'll be right back.
There, but I think after they reach,
Gotta get the girl.
it is going to be a much clearer plan for Team Liquid. Bottom side, exposed inhibitor here. Baron is up on the opposite side of the map. They're the ones with the Shen. 2 answers for the global here. And now, with Jensen picking up these extra kills, it's a 4-0 Akali that also has access to the teleport. They can easily split up into the 1-3-1 and control both sides of the map, and then use that Baron objective to their advantage in drawing out Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, certainly TL sitting in a very good spot. Could have been more clean, though. You know, if you take that inhibitor there, bottom inhibitor with Baron on the map is such a clear path to victory.
All right, back to your point, though, Azael. You're looking at Zayzal followed up by that Vladimir and Aatrox combination. That's your dream scenario if you want this comeback for Cloud9. They have to find one of these AoE combinations from Fog of War on high-value targets.
And that's where I also feel like deep wards become so important, but we've seen TL do such a good job of actually closing this out. You know, this is essentially the line of scrimmage right here. They have no wards on the other side of the map whatsoever to set up for that TP flank. So this is kind of the thing that Cloud9 is going to have to remedy, because you can't have Licorice just charging through the whole team back to the double if you have to come from behind.
I almost feel as if Licorice has to explode Jensen and Doublelift at the same time to even have a chance to fight at this point. I mean, you're now 7,500 gold at 22 minutes. Svenskeren will try to maintain control over his red buff, but Team Liquid is relentless.
Well, let me tell you, luckily for him, Vladimir's a champion that can do that, possibly. Team Liquid burn it down. Now it's only 3,000 health on the Baron and counting.
Well, Smithy's low, though. He's going to get out of there.
Backing away. They don't want to
Okay, I'm gonna get an Apple Clash.
Baron throw here in
Okay.
game 5 of the summer finals. Smithy will back out, get himself healed up back in the base. Meanwhile, Impact is
back
at
in,
the enemy inhibitor,
before
constantly
9.
applying that pressure, forcing Niski to answer. The power of that Titanic Hydra you described earlier, Kobe, making sure these waves are always pushed.
And in combination with an Executioners, now Executioners applies healing debuff on any physical damage dealt. So that works in conjunction with your Titanic, and it's so good against either split pusher, Vladimir or Aatrox, helping him get much closer to that inhibitor. I think he's getting a couple of chips off of it too.
Zayzal trying to disengage from Jensen here. Doesn't pop the ultimate. Recognizes Jensen can't go back in onto him without the ability to CC that Akali down and burst her away. Top side fight not going so well from the side of Cloud9 as the support's going to be forced back. The bottom side fight, Niski's not able to get rid of Impact anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, Impact pushed him back to base and started working away on that hit. You know, and Yashin kills it slowly. They give him enough time there, and he is going to be where
Eventually. I mean, he's got 2 mountains and an Ocean Drake. Perfect split pushing dragons there. Here we go.
Fight starting off. Core JJ goes in, able to find a little bit of CC onto a couple of different targets. Stand United also going to be cast onto Doublelift now. Svenskeren taken down. Doublelift's got the first kill of the fight. It's 1-0 Team Liquid. C9 can't find anything in retaliation. Devil is still looking to go even further in. Core JJ forces out a flash over the wall. Comes Licorice, but he's not going to get a lot just yet. He tries to go after Devilip, and he's got the shutdown. But Cloud9 are too far behind.
Cloud9, though, at least they stave them off there. They get one critical kill. Still are alive. And without Doublelift, you can't do that Baron, so they do stay alive for now.
I was talking about the Vladimir on the backline on 80 carries. Doublelift, while he's dead here, he just bought a no magic mantle after getting 100%ed by this Vladimir. Here's a look at how it happened. This was the initial move. He ults in to try and start this out. Shen ultimate as well following it. Jensen jumping over the wall.
Yeah, and one of the problems with Jensen in this fight was he had to use all his ult charges defensively there, trying to escape. So they do decide to re-engage, but then Licorice seeing they're grouping up over the wall, finds a good angle to get over, lands the full combo there on Doublelift, and just look at him pop.
I don't care.
Meanwhile, the rest of Team Liquid are able to take down Cloud9, getting the advantage in that team fight, picking up another Mountain Drake for themselves. You leave that Baron alone for 3 seconds, and it gets burned down.
Any mistakes in positioning across the map are so heavily punished with Triple Mountain. Whether it's Baron, whether it be those inhibitor turrets, inhibitors themselves, everything feels bad if you have to deal with that sort of objective move potential. And it feels even worse when you're 8,000 gold behind. Warmog's up and running on Impact. Means he's just going to regenerate all day long unless you burst him 100 to 0. And the last time I checked my facts, that's not happening.
Yeah, there's just no way you're going to knock the Gen down that fast, so he's going to keep pushing. You know, they want to force plays non-stop around this Baron. But it is going to have to be Licorice answering him now. Nisqy is without the teleport. Impact still has the teleport, and they're going to engage.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of options.
Found his way onto Sneaky, who has to flash over the wall. Nisqy now looking to find the fight onto Jensen, who's doing a good job dancing around in the smoke. Licorice going into the back line. Doublelift's in some trouble, but Licorice is gone. Svenskeren will now try to escape.
Yeah, well, I just upgraded to put another champion out.
And TL, they're going to get the Baron off of this one straight to the pit. We'll see if Cloud9 try to make a stand because
He literally got all my items.
I don't know if you can afford to give this up.
Can you even try to
Who got all of your
He hex-teched them all.
against the likes of the champions on the Team Liquid roster? C9 will try, C9 will die, and Team Liquid destroy them.
That's going to be it. Team Liquid will claim the Baron. Every member
It's on the ground.
Cloud9 in the death chambers, and they can celebrate.
It was a low percentage play there for Cloud9, but you had, it felt like, to try something.
Yeah,
TL is
Glacial
taking
didn't
full
really
control of this game, and here it is one more time. They look for the engage. Svenskeren spotted out. Core JJ says, hey, we can just go in for this. Charm from Svenskeren straight over to
What am I going to do with it?
Engage was very, very good, and Jensen buying so much time. Notice him dodging a lot of these abilities.
Oh, and do you see Impact perfectly timing that taunt on the teleport of Licorice?
And he still got my fucking...
hard to do. He gets the Vladimir in taunt immediately upon arrival, and they steal Doublelift this time. There's no one shot on the back line. Then there's no hope for C9. This time around, it's a 5v3.
Yeah, I mean, this is desperation from Cloud9, but they feel like...
Cassin stopped my Katarina from ulting.
So they're going to make the Hail Mary play for it, and Svenskeren knows it is going to be a time if they are going to come back in this one. But TL now, Baron buff up. 3 lanes being pushed. They are poised.
Just leave that alone. I'll do it tonight.
4th straight title and the crown of
You
best
leave me
team
alone.
in North American history.
Svenskeren said it himself. If Team Liquid get 4 in a row, you can't contest that they are the best LCS team of all time. Now they're at the doors looking for that title. Licorice trying to fend off Impact on the bottom side. Everywhere else falling quickly.
This is the Alamo for Cloud9. Outnumbered, outgunned. There's no way out of a situation like this, barring some kind of miracle. 13,000 gold, shy of 30 minutes in. Everybody from Team Liquid having the Baron buff. Impact's already putting the auto attacks into the bottom lane inhibitor. Minions helping out on that one, speeding up that slow process, while the rest of TL sieges the other lane.
Zeyzal does have his flash, but the Banshee's Veil is now complete for doubles, which makes it even harder to get in onto him. So he's gonna have to try to find some sort of angle, maybe sneaking and poke off that Banshee's Veil, and then they can look for an engage. But the longer you sit back, the more these barrened up minions are gonna chip away at your base. You can see the Nexus turrets were even under fire from those cannons.
Also, Licorice there, they have to have him in place to take down the high-value members of Team Liquid, but he's the one trying to hold impact right now, so there's not going to be that surprise factor, the flank coming through. They're tied down with defense, and the minions continue to swarm.
Let's see if they can break this top lane along with it. Cloud9 trying to frantically put everybody in the right spot at the right time, but there's just not enough bodies to assign to all these things on fire. The mid lane turret will fall. Mid lane inhibitor is gone now as well. Top side, it's one inhibitor turret remaining.
Licorice completes the death cap just now. I think this is going to be the call to go for it here. You cannot afford to just give this up.
This should be the last fight of the game. Cloud9 positioning, but it's Team Liquid who destroys Sneaky, and Cloud9 are on the wrong end of the fight. Licorice still stands, but everyone else has fallen. A triple kill for Jensen, and Cloud9 are on to the Nexus turrets. They are the only team to lift the trophy back to back to back to back, and they are the best team North America has ever produced.
11-0-5 for Jensen. Incredible in the game 5 here for Team Liquid.
Double has said competition is the only thing that still drives him. And you can see the excitement on their faces. Never gets old, 4 times in a row.
Cloud9 made him work for it. Down to the wire here, game 5.
Yo, you're inviting us to
It was the smallest differences between these two
Alright, I'll
teams.
be there in a minute.
Team Liquid so poised. I think their adaptations in these final games were so important, and deservingly so, they go to hoist the trophy.
When the final game looks the most convincing of the entire series, you know they were able to make those changes correctly. You know this is the team that deserves to hold that trophy high.
In spring, it was Jensen to first hoist it. In summer, it is the team together. 5 men standing on that stage, hoisting it up high.
This team was put together to be the best. This team was put together with incredible expectations for them to win. And time and again, they are winning.
I mean, literally since the formation of this team, all victories. Since its inception, they have ruled the LCS. 2 straight years now.
You heard it from Svenskeren, and previously the record was held by both Liquid and TSM, tied at 3 in a row. Now with Liquid being what could be the only team to ever get 4 in a row. That's 2 years of investment to be able to even have
I
a
gotta go
chance.
screw with my team.
And Team Liquid did
I'll be back in a bit.
Alright. There we go.
Yo.
Oh. Wait, when's our lock-in phase?
9.